Hello and welcome. Can you hear me? I just did that, just played the intro and no music came out. Hello everyone, how are you? Can you hear me? Let me know. Do I need to change anything? Hello to everyone. Hello, Andrea D. New West Reset, 3 fingers, 1 CT. Sayonara, hello. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. Let me know. Volume, okay. Yeah, well, okay. Let me have a look here. Audio, mic. Oh, okay. How's that? Can you hear me now? Is that better? Hello? Can you hear me? I'm just going to sit here and wait till volume is good. Okay, cool. All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for being here. Yeah, so I'm just going to do a bit of a live. I'm actually going offline tomorrow for 2 weeks as part of doing a reset retreat over here in the US. So yeah, I'm not going to be online. I'm going to be good for 2 weeks. Lots of ice baths. What else are we doing? Ice baths, lots of meditation, infrared sauna. We're eating well, like the blood type diet, O+, all that kind of stuff. So basically, yeah, just doing a live before I go off. So we're going to have a bit of a look at star thoughts and, well, star thought frequencies. What are star thoughts? We see these shapes all across the realm and we don't really know what they are. So I thought we'd have a bit of a look at them and see what we can work out. But there's lots going on in the world. Kate Middleton, is she still around? I just saw an article that's come out that's saying that she's got cancer. And if you've been following the story, she's kind of disappeared. She hasn't been seen in public since Christmas Day, the last Christmas Day, so a few months. And then we, of course, had that big, the photo that was released that was basically proven to be a composite, not a real photo. Now she's got cancer. So, and the picture in the article of her having cancer doesn't look like her. So there's lots going on. There's a big eclipse coming up. There's actually one tonight, which is tonight's a solar eclipse, I believe. And then in 2 weeks is the big X marks the spot lunar eclipse. I think I've got that right. And I'm going to go check it out. I'm going to go film the end of the world, right? There's a lot of stories, a lot of things coming out about the eclipse, and most people are saying it's doomsday and all this stuff's going to happen, and we're all going, I don't know, the world's going to explode or something. I of course don't believe that. I'm just going to go and check it out. But yeah, so lots going on in the world. So I'll just say, who have we got here? Hello, D. Hanson. Hello. Andrea D. Reset retreat. Yes. Going to reset. Obviously, the big focus for me is going to be my arm. Going to get that reset. Sage. Yes, I'm back in the USA. So I flew in yesterday, I think. Yesterday morning I got here at like 5 in the morning. Then I slept all day. And I'm here for 3 weeks. But I was back in Australia for, 10 days or something, and we did the Mulaney live event, which was awesome. So hello to everyone that was there. Let me know if you were there. That was really good. Everyone really enjoyed it. We went up to Mulaney in the campgrounds, and we camped out for 2 nights, and we did a show on Saturday, and it was really, really cool. Everyone seemed to enjoy it. So we're definitely going to be doing more that are going to be based around people getting to know each other, right? Having time to sort of, talk to each other, connect up, and with the ultimate goal of being, people, creating new friendships, new groups, all this kind of stuff. We've got here one CT and Rob. Good to take a break. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's we need to take a break, right? It's the other big thing is I think I said no social media, right? So no screens, no phones, no internet, none of that stuff. It's going to be like living in the 80s again, right? Michael, no, I'm in North Carolina at the moment. So I'm going to be here for 3 weeks or so. And then I fly out to Venice for a couple of weeks touring Europe. And then we start the Balkans and Bosnian Pyramid Tour. And I believe there's still a few tickets left, not many. It's almost gone, but there are a few tickets left. So I don't think I even put the link underneath. I'll put it under when I stop. But that is Old Worlds with an S tours.com. If you want to check that out, if you're interested, come and join us. But we already have about 40 people, I think. It's pretty much sold out. But like I said, a few more places left. So if you're interested, jump on quickly and have a look. Dale Holmes has said on the weekend at Mullaney, he said he's going to come as well. So it'll be Dale, myself, Kelly, Michelle Gibson, and a few other tour guides, I guess they're called. Someone, Kiki, who does sacred geometry, and another lady who like sings to nature and gets songs from nature and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be pretty awesome. So check it out. Old Worlds with an S, oldworldstours.com. Mr. Obvious, how you going? Yeah, man, the monarchy is dropping like flies, right? And I'm learning a little bit about astrology and all this kind of stuff. And we're coming up on, is it Pluto return? I don't know. There's some planets returning, and it's signifying the end of a lot of structures. And we're seeing, the royal family look like they're imploding. That's all very weird what's going on. Russia came out during I think it was last week, with an article saying that King Charles is no longer here. He's exited the realm. So I'm not sure what's happening there, but lots of weird stuff. Of course, we've got the 3 city-states, right? We've got London, which is the economy. And of course, what was it, 2 weeks ago, Jacob Rothschild exited. We've got Washington, which is the army, the war sort of arm of the 3 states. And Kissinger went, what was it, late last year? And so we're just waiting on the 3rd one, which is Rome, right? The papacy. Will the Pope be exiting soon? So a lot of change going on. I don't see it as the end of the world or anything. I see it as hopefully the end of a bit of a control system that we're get a bit freer. So lots to keep your eyes on at the moment. His Highness, how you going in Ottawa, Canada? Thanks for joining. Milo Aaron, Kate Adams Apple. Yes, wow, transvestigations, right? There's a lot of that stuff going on. What's the O+ blood type diet? There's diets, obviously we have 4 main blood types, and so there's diets for each one. Basically, depending on your blood type, your body, there's foods that are good for it and foods that are bad for it, and so you basically it's eating all the foods that are good for the O+ diet. So you can find those out if you just put blood type diet into your search engine. You'll find that there's one for each one. And blood types are interesting. I'm still going to do a live. I've been meaning to on for a bit, because most of us are positive, right? Which means, in their speak with evolution, the plus blood types go back to the rhesus monkey gene, so saying that we're all related to the rhesus monkey. But 15% of people in this realm don't have that common ancestry, whatever it is. They have a different lineage, and they're the negatives, which is interesting, right? The negatives, the negative force. So there's a lot going on with blood types that I don't understand. And there's other things, like baldness. What is baldness, man? Male pattern baldness. All these weird things in our genetics, but that's not what we're talking about tonight. We're going to talk about star forts and frequencies, and check all that out. Old World Michigan tonight. Oh, tonight's okay. Tonight's the lunar eclipse. There you go. And so I guess the solar eclipse is in 2 weeks. The X marks the spot. No doubt, it's everywhere. So I'm in the US, and they're calling out the National Guard. They're telling people to stock up on water and food and petrol. Lots of weirdness going on. But, we get told this all the time, right? That something's coming up and the world's going to end. I grew up in Australia, and in the 80s, it was the hole in the ozone layer. We were all going to burn, all the crops weren't going to be able to grow, all this stuff. That's now 40 years ago. Nothing happened. Y2K, the year 2000, all the computers were going to reset and planes were going to fall out of the sky and everything we were going to go back to the Stone Age. Nothing happened. Fukushima in Japan melted down. It was going to kill the oceans. Nothing happened. And I just, looking back at all these things, that's what I see. That it's all just fear tactics. Nothing ever happens, right? The power to the negative force is the fear that it creates and the chaos that comes from that. So yes, Esoteric Knights of Malta, how you going? Okay, here we go. Lunar tonight, solar in 2 weeks. There. Thank you, sayonara. Old Michigan, hello. Helen G. Wales, hello. How you going? You're out in Martin Leedke country, and hello to Martin. Spoke to Martin or email recently, and he couldn't make it out to the US. I thought he was going to be here, but he couldn't make it out for the event he was supposed to talk at. He's got a few issues with health and other things, so everyone send Martin some good vibes and some love. Jean Marlene, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. How do I say that? Tehachipi. I'm going to say California. Hello to everyone in California. Stephanie, turbo cancer is a real thing. Turbo. Whoa. Lost my mother March 1st. Sorry to hear that. She was diagnosed in August of last year. She believed the signs got in. Yeah. Yes, that's unfortunate, and sorry that for your loss and you had to go through that. His Highness Kimmy, how you going? Of course, Kimmy is on Instagram. What is it? Rock Tops with a Z, and she made me and Kelly. She sent us both the top hats that I wore a couple of weeks ago in a live, and a few other hats and gloves and stuff. So if you want some cool attire, go and check that out. Rock Tops on Instagram, and thank you for those, Kimmy. Tony, how you going? Good to see you. Who else we got here? Creek Mary. Now that I'm off YouTube restrictions again, hope if you don't mind if I stream you for a while. Do you mean like to put this stream on your channel? Yeah, man, that's fine. Just put a link to my channel underneath. It would be nice, but yeah, that is okay. Rescue Freedom. Where are you from? Newcastle, Indiana. Nice. Thank you for being here. Who else? Oh my gosh, I'm so far back in the comments. 150 of you here watching. Thank you all for being here. Michael, my best friend, lives in Greensboro. I have no idea where that is. I'm about an hour. I don't even know what direction. I think it's north, about an hour away from Charlotte, North Carolina, where I flew into. But I'm very confused. I don't know where I am anymore. It's known to science that children hear frequencies that adults don't hear. Yeah, I've heard this. How would adults know if children are being fed a message? Yeah, or are they hearing more than we hear? And through the education system, that's all shut down, right? Because when we go to school, the first thing they tell us is leave your imaginary friend at the door, right? And then they teach us how to spell. And education is about, they teach us to draw a house, right? And we have to draw the house with the box and the triangle. They teach us, education is about giving us a view of the world that we inhabit. but it's not our view, right? It's someone else's. So it gives us this program to live by and also to see. I've mentioned it that we have selective hearing. People talk about selective hearing, and that you can speak to people and they literally won't hear what you're saying unless it's something that they agree with. But what about selective vision? Is that a thing? I think it is. I think that because we're programmed and taught certain things are real and other things aren't, that through that we can only see a certain fraction of the frequency of what's really here. And getting back to Stephanie, that's what children, I think that they're much more open. Their visual band, their audio band, everything is much wider than adults who have been programmed. And you just have to go and look at native peoples, right, who don't go through the education system, and they tend to have a much broader vision of, or at least conception, right, of what is real. They talk about ancestors and about different entities and all these kind of things, which are a bit sort of taboo, right, in the Western world. So I think we're sort of programmed out of seeing reality, if you want to put it that way. Watch that first step when approaching a star fort. Oh, why's that? What's with the first step? Squirrel, how you going? Thanks for being here. Three Fingers, hello. Newest Reset, hello, and thank you for being a member of my channel. And if you want to join or support this channel in any way, you'll find links below. Yes, Venice. I'm going to Venice, and then we're going to cruise around. I'm going to be hanging out with Tara, who has basically organized the itinerary, and she's really behind the tour, the Balkans and Bosnian tour. It was actually her idea. She put it to me and did the itinerary, and here we are, right, about a year later, and it's about 5 weeks away, I think. So that's going to be awesome, and obviously there's going to be lots of video and lives, and we'll show you what's going on with all of that. All right. Robert Broek, no internet, no Nazi bots, yeah, right. But the Gone Be Bebe water memory starts in the Netherlands. I'm not sure what the Bebe is. Yeah, well, I mean, everything's how we see it. It's all our perspective, but I mean, I think that's what we're here for, right? We're here for our perspective. We're here to see the world through our eyes and to make our own decisions. But the world that we find ourselves in is constantly trying to get us to have another viewpoint, right? That of the control system. And that, a lot of people think that's bad, but what if that's just there so that we can hone our skills on what we actually like and what we dislike? Hang on, let me make my picture bigger. There we go. It doesn't have to be bad that's this, that people, control systems are pushing us to think certain ways. That can just be, a marker to us to say, well, I like that or I don't like that, and to become more of ourselves. I think that's what this is all about. And all, like I said, before, with all the fear, right, about, the world's going to end. It's not true. It never has. None of this stuff has ever come true. It's just the fear they want. They want you to be in a position where you're not thinking for yourself. Who else have we got here? No, monkeys. Kate Middleton, yeah. The scary gender, right? Yeah. And that might be part of it, right? It might be attached to those jabs. Maybe people are getting it more. Maybe they want, people to think that that's part of it, and because everything's placebo, right? Placebo or nocebo, like all dis-ease, I believe, is caused by us, and it's proven, right, through the placebo effect. You can give someone a sugar pill and they can cure themselves of a myriad of diseases and ailments, all this kind of stuff, and it's just through believing what, the belief of what they believe is real. So yeah, man, it's all agendas, right? And agendas only work if we believe them, if we fall into them. So I would say, listen, be aware, but don't be scared. Just look at it as well. It's a show. It's the greatest show on earth, right? and they're telling us it's time for a reset, right? You know, to reset the stage, to give us another backdrop. I think that's what's going on here, but ultimately it's all up to us. Hello from Spain, Bill Woods. Thanks for being here. Tony T in the UK. Who else have we got here? Don't know your blood type? No. Well, you can get blood type tests, blood type kits. Anara actually sent me one. I didn't know either until late last year. And you just literally get a drop of blood and put it on a piece of paper, and it'll tell you what blood type you are. So that's quite easy to get. I think if you just put blood type test into a search engine, you'll find where you can get them. Baldness is a sign of cannibalism. I have not heard that one before. And let's hope not, right? Because there's a lot of bald people out there. I don't want to be scared of them. I don't know. It could be something to do with the line of Cain, right? Canaan, the Canaanites. I'm not sure. I haven't really studied that one, but it just seems to be. It's strange, right? It's strange. And when you know, Christopher Columbus, when he got into the Caribbean in the 1400s, the first island he went to was full of natives, and they actually shaved their hair to look like they shaved a bald bit, like the monks, right? The friars and who shave their heads so that they look like they're bald. Very strange. What are they doing? Who are they emulating? Okay. I don't know if I can say that first word. You could all read it, but the P Pfizer, right? Hopefully YouTube won't catch that. Is under the X of the eclipse's shadow. What do you mean, like their production facility? What do you mean, their offices? Haven't heard that one, but I have heard that there's I think 6 towns called Salem under the line of where the eclipse is going, and I can't remember the other town. There's 7 of another town, a town that's in the Bible, I think it comes from, but it escapes me at the moment. Nineveh, something like that. Someone will no doubt let me know in the chat. That's the recipe. I would enjoy a Mad Max wasteland. Yeah, well, it might be coming your way. Let's be careful what you wish for, they say. Yeah, I don't know if I'd be too into that. You know, having to fight for your life every day. Just JP, hello. Rachel McCaskill, morning-ish. Oh, whereabouts are you? It's 1:25 p.m. Oh, what? How did it hit 1:25? I just said hello. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I better get onto some pictures because I have to be off by 3. So we've got an hour and a half. Hello to Miss Rex Murphy from Salish Sea. Is that British Columbia? Thanks for being here. Carmen Christensen, hello. South Dakota. Oh, it is Sunday, isn't it? Gosh, I think it's Sunday. I think, yeah. I don't know what day it is. Linda, how you going? Thanks for being here. All right, so I will get into... Hello, Gabriella from LA. I was in LA. I flew into LAX. Didn't get out of the airport, but I was in LA. And in North Dakota. And is that Richter? Is that how I say that? Richter scale? Murmur from Canada. Let's go with the gravy. Okay, that's a good call. Let's do it. All right, so let me find... Hang on, have I even got this up? So we're going to go into having a look. Let's hope that my pictures work today. I've had a few issues with images working, but it looks good. All right. Star forts. All right. So this is Bortange Fort. This is in the Netherlands. And as you can see, 5-pointed star. And then we have this kind of grid, right? This explosion coming out from the top. And so why are star forts in these patterns? They're not all 5-pointed, obviously, but there's lots of variation. But we're going to look at, some cymatics and other pictures and start to see the correlations with energy. Because to me, this looks like energy. And, I do get the question of, with star forts and Tartaria and all that, I'm of the opinion that it was, an advanced civilization that was based on frequency. We talk about the cathedrals and things like this as healing centers and antiquitech and free energy and all this kind of stuff. And for me, it really came off the back of star forts and the fact that these forts, the shapes, are so similar to things like cymatics, to the work of Dr. Emoto, to mandalas, to snowflakes, to lots of different things. This is Fort McHenry. This is a 5-pointer, another 5-pointer. This is in the US. The state escapes me at the moment, but you can see, again, this is a 5-pointer, but then it has this kind of explosion off to the side. And this is something we see in cymatics. Like we see a central, and also this shape here, right? This pentagon in the middle. They're often pentagons, obviously 5-sided. We also get a lot of hexagons and things, octagons. You'll see this in the cymatics as well. So to me, there's definitely a correlation. This is Fort Jefferson off the coast, basically in the Caribbean, right? Off the end of the Florida Keys, 200 miles off the shore. Largest red brick building in, what did I read? It's not North America. I think it's actually in the Northern Hemisphere, the largest red brick building. 16 million bricks built out in the middle of the ocean in the 1830s. For the Civil War, of course, because I guess the Civil War was on water now. Right? Maybe that'll be a new Mandela effect. But this is a picture from an oscillator. An oscilloscope. And an oscilloscope is basically, it's representing frequency in a shape that in a geometric shape. And as you can see, this is a hexagon. And so we get these shapes from music, from musical frequencies. This is Palmova. This is obviously a drawing of it. This is from the 1600s, but again, we get this double shape, right? We get the inside star and then this outside star forming. And this one's a photo, and you can see it actually goes further. We actually have these points in here as well. Because with star forts, we're only seeing the top of them. Because as you can see, there's even more out here, right? It just keeps expanding out. And most of the stars we see now, that they're basically buried as far as I can work out, apart from the top bit here. And so what we're seeing around the edge is the top of the buried bits. So they're much larger than we know, right? Here's a 4-pointed one. In the middle, they got the square, and then they got the circle, right? They squared the circle for us. So they're the star forts that we see around. There's another nice 5-pointed one. The Citadel of Jaca in Italy. And here we have a drawing. So this one shows us, like the different layers. But even this one, I think, this is a drawing of what they found. It's called Covorden. But I think this is a drawing, of what they found, not of the actual full star fort. So even in this drawing, there's probably more going on. And here we have, this is cymatics. So cymatics is frequency played through different mediums, the same as an oscilloscope, to get a geometric pattern from it. So they either play frequency through water, like this one, where they take a photo. This is the female human vow of U. So this is off speech. This is a female saying the letter U, or the sound U, and this is what it looks like, right? Because everything is frequency, and everything has a frequency. So a frequency will have a geometric shape, it'll have a sound, it'll have a color, and other, variables as well. And so this is what we get. And as you can see, it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7-pointed star fort maybe. It's quite similar to the Palmova, just the way it's designed, but you can see there's more to it, right? It keeps getting bigger as it goes out. This is Cymatic photo. This is 13.8 hertz. And in the middle here, we see a 5-pointed star, right? And when we zoom in, you'll see like the middle's 5, but then the outside, it looks like we've got an extra point. So it's 10-sided, right? Then it gets bigger and bigger. And of course, this overlay looks a little bit like the flower of life, doesn't it? The way that it all sort of comes together there. So this is, I think, what we're dealing with. These diagrams show the paths traced by Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn as seen from Earth. I found this interesting. It's a bit of a small picture, but you can see Mercury is this shape, and this shape is around a lot. It's sort of like an apple, right? The apple. Here, Venus, we've got a clear star, 5-pointed star in the middle. And it's very similar to the last one we saw, right? To this one, which is 13.8 hertz. Whoops. And as you can see, it gets more and more complex as it goes out. Mars, same thing. We've got this, quite intricate or many multi-pointed shape in the middle, and it just gets more complex as it goes out. Jupiter and Saturn. So these are the paths that these planets, planetoids, whatever they are, planets. These are the what's the orbits? Is that the word? The orbits that they make, that they track around the Earth. So very, very similar to star forts, right? And to these cymatic patterns, you'll start to see there's definitely correlations between them all. These are just different frequencies. You can see here 345 hertz. We've got a square, basically, a 4-pointed star. 1033, it gets more intricate, and as they go forward, they get more and more intricate. Now, this one here, 3835, this pattern here is seen a lot. And I don't have the picture, but it's actually, there's a Sumerian relief that shows basically a giant sitting in a chair and all these smaller people, and that he's holding up a circle with this on it, with this pattern on it. So, there's correlations to these designs and these patterns everywhere. Now, is my picture frozen? My picture has frozen. Okay, I'm going to have to stop sharing and restart again. Sorry, let's hope this doesn't happen too many times. There's something going on with my viewer. But here we go. We are back, so I'm just going to jump back into it. Okay. Oops. There's something happening. Share. Come on. Work. No. Oh my gosh, it's freezing. All right. Give me a minute here, guys. All right. Have I frozen? I've frozen. Yes. Oh my gosh. Come on, computer. Okay, I'm just going to talk like you can hear me. Hippie Shake, I can see you. Hello, how you going? Thanks for being here as always. Kevin Bell, don't the stars shimmer like that in the sky? Yeah. If you look at a star through, and I hope you can hear me. If you look at a star through, a high-powered lens, that they're actually moving. They make my cymatic patterns as well. I think I've got a picture of that coming up. I can hear you. Good. I'm just going to keep talking. My screen's frozen. So I'll keep going. I don't know what you can see at the moment, but how do I stop this? Let's see. Give me a second. I'm going to see if I can reset this. I'm not sure. This has happened in the last couple of lives that I've done. So maybe it's my computer. Maybe something's going on. I'm just going to see if I can find this explore, task manager. Can I fix this? Don't know. And task, no. Oh gosh, okay, I'm not sure what to do here. I'm just gonna have to let it roll around. It's just my computer's thinking, so sorry about that. I'm gonna keep talking. I see your mouth moving. Well, thank you, Linda. Yeah, so I mean, these cymatics, it's also, if you've heard of star in a jar, where they create basically a star, right, in a jar of water, and it has cymatic patterns as well. And I first got onto this, like, gosh, 4 years ago, through the oscilloscope, through a guy called, what's his name? Jerobeam Van or something. I think he's Dutch, and he was showing, or he basically had this track that he made called Shrooms, and that's where I was watching that, and you could see all these bits coming out. Now, come on. Sorry, this is very, very annoying. Okay, can I stop this? Hang on. Okay, is that going to work? Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, am I still here? Can everyone hear me? I just shut the page down. And okay, let's remove that. Let's remove that. All right, I'm back. Is everyone still here? Am I still live? It looks like I am. All right. Okay, let's see if we can get this happening. Let me do this again, because this is all very, very cool stuff. Okay, share screen. And I think we are back into it. Let's hope. Oh, come on, work. Come on. Oh my gosh, this is not working. Can you guys see the picture? No? Let me stop sharing. Oh my gosh, what is going on here? Well, there you go. Maybe the universe is putting me on the reset retreat a day early and not letting me share anything. This is really, really weird. Oh my gosh. Okay, if I disappear, I'll be back, but I think I hit the wrong button. Okay, circle spinning. We see you in the channel logo. Oh my God, it hasn't happened this badly before. I think I'm gonna have to reinstall StreamYard. I'm just wondering, gosh, what should I do? Should I stop this and go again in an hour or so, or should I just sit here and watch circles spinning? Makes it very hard to run this show when I can't see my images. Okay, only the orange Autodidactic. All right, sorry, I'm completely frozen here. Completely frozen. Okay, give me a minute and I'll be back. I shall be. Okay. Okay, I'm back. All right. Let me say a few hellos and let's see if this thing resets itself. How do I say that? Kabi, still orange Autodidactic. All right, thanks for being here. Hopefully you can all see me now. Bill Woods, F5. Oh, okay, used to do the job. Okay, I'll try that. Yes, I know, right? Spinning. Okay, hippie shake. Thank you for being here. I'm back. All right. So, shall we give it one more go? Let's give it a go. So, okay. No, my picture. It must be my picture viewer. Okay, let me see if I can stop that. Ah, okay. What's going on there? I think it's trying to open like a million pictures at once. So let's see. Okay. All right. Let's give this one more go. And we'll see. Hopefully, we'll get a picture. Okay. Cross your fingers. Oh, it's done it again. It's not. What's going on here? Who said what was that? F5. Where's F5? I don't have an F5. I don't have any F buttons. Oh my God, I'm on my small computer. Oh God. Okay, so this is clearly not working. So I think what I'm going to have to do is get off and reinstall some things because yeah, this ain't working very well. I'm completely frozen here. So oh, here we go. We're back. Yeah, I've just tried to share again and it has not worked. So I think what I'm going to have to do is, like I said, I've got something I've got to do at 3, but I should have some time about 4 o'clock, I think. How annoying. Should we give it one more go? All is okay at the moment. Yes, you should be able to see me at the moment, but set up for a live later. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Turn it off and back on again. Yeah, man. Isn't that what they tell you when you ring up with computer problems? Have you turned it off and turned it back on again? What I'll do, it might just be that picture. So let me try the next picture. Ah, okay. What's this? Okay. Let's see what happens here. Okay. All right. Let's give it one more go. Please work. All right. Look at that. It worked. Must have been that. Oh, I don't know what went on. Anyway, let's continue. Thank you for staying with me through all that. Here's another cymatic shape. And this one, they've drawn, some geometry over it just to show you what we've got here. We've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-sided star here in the middle. And as you can see, not the best pixels, but it starts off as a different shape and gets more intricate as it goes out. Here we have, what would be the citadel, right? The inside of a star fort. With this shape here, we've got a hexagon, and then outside we've got the 7-pointed star. And then we have these bits, which look a lot like the bastions, right? On the star forts. So if we can go back, no, it's not going to let me. Oh my God, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, let's do this again. So like on this one, we can see, oops, all star forts have basically what's called a citadel. That's what they call them, right? That's on the inside like this, right? This citadel bit here. So this is a pentagon. But then as we go up further, I'm going to actually stop sharing this because if I scroll through it, it might die again. But as we get into the cymatics, these show the same geometry. Share screen. Okay, we should be good now. Okay, so they show the same geometry. And like I said, this here is like the citadel. This is a 6-sided one though. And then we have these bastions, which are these bits that stick out on star forts, right? They have a similar shape to this as well. So this is what I see when I look at star forts is a cymatic pattern. Look at this one with all its edges around. It's a big one, like Palmova, right? And in here, again, right, we have this, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that 8? Octagon in the middle, right? And then with the star on the outside. This is, what did it say? There are three classes of people: those who see, those who don't see when they're shown, and those who just don't see it, right? What's that other saying? Those who know what's going on, those who think they know what's going on, and those who don't know that anything went on. All to do with how open your mind is, right? But these are all different types of cymatics. As you can see here, this is, you've probably all seen this. This is Aztec, an Aztec calendar. Okay, we've got the points here, looking very similar to, to a cymatic shape. And I'm not sure, they haven't sort of marked all of these, but these are, it looks like spirograph, right? So these are orbits: Earth, Mercury orbit, Earth, Venus orbits. And everything is basically the same, right? It's all the same. This is DNA. This is our DNA. Top view down. Same thing. Okay, we get these edges on it. So everything is frequency. It's another view of DNA with the spiral. Particle collisions on near-Earth objects. I don't know what a near-Earth object is, but same. You can see this is, there's more lines in it. It's not as defined, but it's definitely, you can see there's a star shape in there. We've got more here. This is all DNA. These are orbits or, pathways of stars. CERN particle accelerator and church windows. That's another one. I don't think I've got any pictures, but for this time. But the rose windows we see in churches, which are always above where the organ. If you see an organ in a church, it's always got one of these windows above it. Of course, organs give off frequency, right? Healing frequencies. This is cymatic frequency, the human vowel. So this is the human voice. Okay, through speaking, right? Through speaking, which is spells, frequency. We also get these patterns, mathematical constants of physics. I'm not sure. So this is pi, apparently. And you can see in the middle here, we've got like the citadel shape. That looks like a pentagon. And it's a bit more blurred, but you can see there are star shapes in there. It's just all sort of over each other. Down the bottom here, we have, this is just sort of geometry, I guess. I'm not sure what it's depicting, but it's the same thing, right? We have this shape in the middle looking like this, the citadel, and then these star shapes protruding. This is this so this is vortex maths. So this shape here is the shape from vortex maths, as you can see, and the triangle, which is the 963. If you don't know about vortex maths, it's a bit hard to explain in a short time, but just Google it or YouTube it. Marco Rodin and vortex maths, and this is real maths. How numbers actually work. It's all doubling. All right, two ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 fours are 8, 2 8s are 16, and 1 plus 6 is 7. 2 16s are 32. 3 plus 2 is 5. 2 32s are 64, and 6 plus 4 is 10, which is 1. So it's all doubling, and this can go to infinity. And then separately, we have the 963, which is very interesting, right? Well, I think it was Tesla that said, what is it? To find the truth of this world or the universe, you need to know what the 9, 6, and 3 are. And this is the torus. And everything seems to be a torus. And this realm we live in may be in the middle of a torus, right? The plane of inertia. Now, if you can imagine what it would look like to look on this top down, we would be getting similar shapes as we see in all of these cymatics. This isn't marked. This has no name. This is just saying cymatics through water, but this looks like the cymatic for the sun, because every heavenly body, shall I say that way, has a cymatic, has a frequency. So anything with a frequency has a cymatic shape, because that's just basically the frequency put into a shape that we can see. This we have cymatic frequencies of the human vowels. So these are all speech. Okay. I think it's frozen again. I can't expand this. These are church windows across to here. So what is this? So various works of art, right? All encoded with cymatics. And of course our DNA, all right? So it's completely in us. This is another rose window from a cathedral. I'm going to see, no, it's not going to let me go. So I'm just going to get rid of that. Sorry about all this. I'm going to restart my computer after this. Okay, this one, let me share. Sorry about all this rigmarole. Oh, is it going to work? Oh, gosh, don't tell me I've frozen it again. Come on, work. But basically, this is what I'm saying. Like, everything is frequency, and so frequency can be expressed as a shape. And when we look at the shapes around, literally our DNA, the rose windows in churches, star forts, ice crystals, frozen ice crystals with intention by Dr. Emoto, snowflakes, Mandelas, all this stuff all has the same shape and the same look to it. And this has frozen again. Okay, what's going on here? For some reason, I'm not sure what's happening. Hopefully you can hear me. Oh, okay, I'm back. Okay. So, yeah, don't know what's going on. Every time I open a picture, I think it's trying to open about 50 for some reason. And it's freaking out, man. Okay. So, okay, here's some more cymatics. These are all, this is just a variation. So these are basically frequencies, sounds, planets, all these different things that all give, all frequencies basically. And you can see there's definitely a similar structure to them all. Here's another one. This is a bell sound. And the same thing, you can see here, right? This out here, what looks like a star fort sort of shape. And then it's got an inner star here. And in the middle here, we can see this kind of citadel shape. And if you look right in here, see this cross? That's very similar, again, to that depiction from that Sumerian relief with the giant in it. So that must be a frequency that is, I don't know, not good necessarily, but at least an important one. These are just cymatics. So basically frequencies played through water. You can see here we've got a star. They're all stars, just with different levels of complexity. You can see this is a four-sided one here. Got the citadel in here. So this is what I want to get down to is everything's the same. This is the work of Dr. Emoto. So this is an ice crystal that's being frozen, but he's put the intention of love into the water. And they do that by either speaking to the water. Sometimes they literally just stick the word love to a beaker or a glass and fill it with water. Then they freeze it and they take photos of the crystals and they come out like this. Okay, so again, right, we've got this shape in the middle, like the citadel, and we've got this star shape on the outside. Now, this again is why I believe that star forts are good, right? It's good technology, and I believe that Tartaria was running off good vibes, if you want to put it that way, right? Good frequencies, because this is what we get with the frequency of love. This is what we get with the frequency of disgusting. There's no shape or form to it. And this one's evil. It's almost devoid of anything, right? So when we have higher frequencies, if we want to put it that way, the higher chakras, the love, the forgiveness, all this kind of stuff, we get these really nice, well-formed geometric patterns. And when we have the lower vibrations, we get goop, right? Nothing. This is another water crystal by Dr. Emoto. You see the same thing, star pattern with the hexagon in the middle, right? The citadel of a star fort. This is eternity. Okay, as you can see, right? We've got the star on the outside, we've got the citadel, and this one's even got a star on the inside. This is thank you, right? Very similar. six-sided pentagon on the inside, I mean hexagon on the inside, and this star shape on the outside, six-pointed one. And these are very similar, right, to the star forts that we see. You are beautiful. All right, got a six-sided shape in the middle and the star shape on the outside. So this is what we seem to get. Okay, these are greetings, right? Aloha, like we saw before, like vowels and words and the human voice. It's a frequency, so it has, all the vowels, all the words have these geometric shapes associated with them. So things like aloha, you've got good geometry. Mahalo, this is compassion, a nice five-pointed star. The god of wealth. Okay. Thank you. You're beautiful. Love for humanity, harmony. Right, all perfect, really good geometry, and all with this star shape on the outside and this citadel pattern on the inside. I'm not sure what this one is, but this is another Dr. Emoto one. Here we have compassion. Thank you. Wisdom. Okay, so again, this is really good geometry. Down here we have heavy metal music. I will kill you, you fool. All right. And over here we have water before and after Buddha's prayer. So this is, they've done it upside down, but this is before, right? Polluted water, just goop. And then Buddhists do a prayer over it and they get this. So your body is 70% water. Okay, this is these top ones. These are water crystals. This is what happens to the water with good intention. So if we're 70% water and our self-talk is you fool, all right, imagine what that's doing to your body. If you're listening to too much of the wrong music, imagine how that's programming the water in your body. They've also done music, classical music and Baroque music looks a lot more like this, the top pictures, the geometric forms. So keep that in mind as well. Like this is happening inside your body with all the self-talk. So if you're, showing compassion and wisdom, and if you're grateful, you're going to get this. Your body's going to be full of this great geometry, right? If your self-talk is this and the music and frequencies you're taking in are low, then you're going to get this, which is dis-ease, right? This is ease, this is dis-ease, disease. This is why we give it to ourselves. All dis-ease, all ailments are caused by us, the placebo effect. And this is one of the biggest reasons why, because we're changing the structure of 70% of our body just through our self-talk and through what the frequencies that, we inhabit the most. And that includes the people you hang out with. If you hang out with people that are, calling you a fool and saying bad things to you and listening to the wrong frequencies, this is where you're going to go, compared to if you're listening to people who are uplifting and inspiring you. Here's a few more: joy, love, eternal, harmony, soul, angels. All right, all the good stuff. All the good stuff. And it's frozen again. So I'll see if I can get a few more pictures up, but this is pretty much what I wanted to show is everything's frequency, and we do have good and bad frequency, and we can see through cymatics which is which. I mean, we know anyway, right? We know what's good and bad. We know it's better to be nice to people than to be bad, right? We know it's better to say nice things, especially self-talk, and this is the proof of it. This is the proof that what we say matters, that spells matter, self-talk matters. Okay, I'm going to see if I can get this going once more and get through just the last few of these pictures. Let's all cross our fingers. All right, look at that work. So this is a mandala. These are pictures that are drawn by Tibetan monks, amongst other people, and this is what they look like. And another thing you'll notice is these all look like flowers, right? like flowers. Now, flowers, when you look at a flower, it looks like a little radar receiving dish, right? Like it's just sitting there collecting the frequencies from the sun. And no doubt, the water it's taking in, the soil it's in, things like that. And that's why flowers look like they do. That they are living cymatics. So, like literally, we're looking at frequencies. And of course, if you have any self-talk, if you're having bad self-talk and there's stuff going on in your head that you might want to fix, check out the link below. FlorALIVE. They are actually essences. They're frequencies taken from uncut flowers. And again, it's all dependent on the flower. The flowers do different things. And when you take these frequencies, these essences, which are literally the frequency of the flower, they affect your body and the water structure of your body. And so they can affect your self-talk and the stuff that's going on in your mind. This is real, I don't want to say medicine. This is real healing, right? Healer plants, like we know plant medicine and plants are healers, a lot of them. And this is why, because they're frequency collectors. So you just need to find the one with the right frequency that is going to counteract whatever you're trying to alter, to fix in yourself, and it will do the work for you. All right, so check that out below. You'll find the link below if you're interested in checking that out. But this is how it all works. Everything is frequency, right? So these are just more Mandelas. Oh my gosh. Here we go again. I'm determined to get through this. Few left here. So, okay, these are the ones I want to show as well. Let me do this. So these pictures you're about to see, these are from the oscilloscope. And basically from this oscilloscope, no, it doesn't tell me. Jerobeam, what's his name? If you put in oscilloscope Jerobeam, you'll get it. It's called Shrooms. And basically it's a song and he just plays it through an oscilloscope. And you can see here, right, they're coming up, look at this, right, 5-pointed star. But you can also see how they're formed, right, with these extra layers. And we see this in the star plots, right, these double edges and these sort of expanding explosions, of frequency coming off them. 5-pointed one. This is the oscilloscope here, right? These are just different frequencies. Look at this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-sided. Right, so this is all just sound. You're looking at sound frequency. This is a pufferfish, okay? Lives in the ocean. This is a pufferfish nest. Check this out. All right, so even in nature, we get these same patterns. All right, this is a fish. I'm not sure if it's a nest or if it's something that the male makes to attract the female, but basically like a nest or I guess it's a fish version of the male birds having all the bright colorful feathers, right, to attract the females. This is what the pufferfish does. And it looks a lot like a cymatic shape, right? And it's just the fish swimming around in circles and flapping its fins, and it gets this. So I found that very interesting. Here's another picture of it. I think that's the fish in the middle there. But this is what they make, because everything is frequency. And of course, this is underwater, right? Oh, and there you go. He got his mate. Oh, a little kiss. These are snowflakes. Same thing. Look at the design here. All right, 5-pointed stars everywhere. All right. And again, that's water falling through the atmosphere, collecting frequency, I guess, and, formed up in clouds and things. And it's just reflecting the frequencies. So I'm not sure what you would get. It'd be interesting, right, to get snowflakes through some of those, what people call chemtrails. I wonder if that would affect them. Here's some more, as you can see here, right? We've got the citadel, and we've got the star, we've got the citadel, and then a bigger citadel. Here we have the citadel in the middle, 5-point or 6-pointed sort of star around the outside. All right, so these all are very similar. And these are frequencies. These are the frequencies of the world that we inhabit, basically. All right. And there's a few more snowflakes for you. And again, it's frozen. But that's pretty much most of the pictures that I wanted to get through. So let's see what everyone's saying. Yes, to attract females. Yes, that's right. Yes, he got his mate, hippie. Stuff. Perfect symmetry. Fish nest, yeah, perfect symmetry, right? Like, and that's literally, it's just swimming around, flap, you know. It's not like going and tracing this pattern or anything. It's just doing circles, and that's what gets formed. So everything is frequency as far as I'm concerned, and we can see it. And that's what's going on all around us. Now, there is one more thing actually that I wanted to show, and it's just a quick video. So let me just cue that and try and get it to not play. How do I stop this?
Nobody is ready for
Hang on.
This.
Sorry about that. Okay, so just going to show a short little video, which is going to put another layer on this frequency. Like they say that we are frequency, right? Are we? Let's have a look. Play.
Nobody is ready for this one. This probably looks familiar. It probably looks like these cymatic patterns that I talk about all the fucking time. And all these things is a petri dish on top of a speaker and a light on top of it, making these cool mandala-like patterns. Now this man made one of them in a 3D design software and took cross sections of it and put different colors to those cross sections. So using a 3D cymatic pattern, this man was able to create a perfect image using sound and light. I want you to sit and really think about this, because this is the code to reality. This is the code to the matrix, or whatever you want to call it. This is how energy interacts with itself to create everything that you see. This is why cymatics and sound is so important. Vibration in general. It's all waves. That's how we make sense of it.
Wow, what did you think of that? Did you see that? He literally had 3 cymatic pictures, put them on top of each other, and he got a human face. And it was made through sound and light. And what are we told, right? That we are light. We're light beings, right? And sound is frequency. So we literally are frequency, and I guess, you know, that shows the different layers. And, you know, when we see the physical world, it's just out how we interpret it. You know, they say we never actually touch anything. It just feels like we do. It's like magnets, right? When you try and push two like magnet poles together, you get that resistance. And when we see things, what are we seeing? You know, if everything is light and frequency, then maybe that's what's going on here. When you make when you overlay frequencies and cymatics, you get a physical picture. So is that what's going on here? Because that was a pretty cool little thing, right? Like that was a photo of that baby, just with 3 cymatic images. So yeah, everything is frequency, which is pretty much what I wanted to get out today. Is everything is frequency. And, you know, like we saw with the Dr. Emoto crystals, you know, like I said, we're 70% water. And when you freeze that water and it's got an intention in it, you can see what's going on there. And that's why we create all disease, all dis-ease. It's all created by us, and it's all fixed by us. Again, proven by the placebo effect and the nocebo effect, I guess. So, you know, be very careful what you say to yourself and say to others. This is how we affect others. if we walk around in the world like, an abusive person and putting other people down and saying everything's crap and this world sucks and it's a prison planet and we can't do anything, imagine what that's doing to the water inside your body. Like, I'm just seriously think about that compared to walking around like, oh my God, this place is amazing. Look at that flower, because there is so much good going on, right? There is so much beauty in the world, but, and unfortunately, I do see a lot in the truther community, not that I like labels, that people tend to get swamped with the bad and they get overwhelmed and they think that everything's bad and that they're being controlled by negative forces and that they've got no hope and what can I do and everything sucks and it's an evil place and a prison planet. And well, this is how we create our world. And that's why I say that heaven and hell, they exist down here. We create them. Right? If you think this place is hell, you'll end up living there because you are literally programming your body. Right? You're programming the water in your body to give you that reality. So that's what you see. And as we saw with that face made up of just three cymatic prints, right? And we get a human face. Well, imagine this is why we get people that, by the time people are 40 or 50, you can see in their face if they're a happy person or a sad person or a mean person. It's because they're changing the cymatics in their body, right? And that changes the way that we view them, that we can see that frequency. So, yes, stay positive, as Michael says, right? Whoops. Where thoughts go, energy flows. Exactly right. We're not powerless. So this is the thing. It is you get to choose. You get to choose by what you do, how you live your life, how you treat other people, what you see. Everything you do is programming yourself. And I obviously talk a lot about programming in the school system and how they program us. And this is what they do, right? They get us to limit ourselves by, when you go to school, they get you to repeat things a lot, don't they? And you have to say things out loud and all this kind of stuff. And they get you to the point where, if you don't say what they want you to say, then, they ostracize you or they try and make you look silly. And that's a negative thing. And we, naturally we don't want to go there. So we throw the line and we sort of, comply, right? And which teaches us to comply when we get older, by the way, with all these elections and all this kind of stuff. But it's all a scam. It's all a scam to literally depower us, because you can imagine the difference in someone's body cymatics, their body energy, right? The geometry they're creating inside themselves. The difference between someone who, believes it's a great world and they can do anything and everyone's amazing to, the person who thinks it's all crap and they can't do anything and they're a victim. The difference is huge. And one person will become empowered, right? And another person will come depowered. And so this is, when we look at star forts, that's what I see. And I'm pretty sure that they were built on energy, ley lines, right? The connections, the energy vortexes, which if that's true, it shows you that this place is good, right? Because all of those star forts are perfect geometry. That's the good stuff. It's not the bad stuff. So if this place was hell and it was just bad and it was a prison planet, then wouldn't all those star forts just be goopy, right? Non-geometric forms? Because if they're mirroring the energy that they're built on top of, is that not proof that it's a good place, right? At least it has a potential to be a good place if we all believe it's a good place. But if we all believe it's a bad place, then what are we creating for ourselves and for those around us? It's a very, it's an interesting thing to think about, isn't it? Like, we literally, we create reality. We create a version of reality. We create a version of ourselves, how we look. Like I said, you can tell someone who's angry at the world, by the time they're 30 or 40, it's written all over their face. Why? Because their face is frequency. It's cymatics. That's how it's structured with all of their thoughts. So what do you think about that? We are too complex. Yeah, instead of like, yeah, exactly right. A lot of people overthink everything, just where you could just have fun, right, and just enjoy the world and become that, that person you want to be, become that good frequency. But they want us to focus on things that don't empower us, and things that don't lead to anything, right? Like this eclipse that's coming up. What's the story? It's bad. The world's going to end. Oh my God. Think of it as bad. Lock yourself away in your home. Be scared. What do you think that's doing to your body, to the water content of your body? Seriously, what do you think it's doing? And this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, right? I'm going there. I don't care what they say. That's just their version of reality, and I'm not buying into it. It's like travel. Came to the US last October, and everyone was telling me, don't travel, don't travel. They're going to lock us down again. Planes are going to fall out of the sky, right? I came, I had an amazing time, and I went home and nothing bad happened, because that's what I believe. That's my reality. I'm not going to let these people program me, right? And that's literally when I say they're programming us, this is how they're doing it. They're making us affect our bodies, right, through our belief systems and what we believe. So we know it's all a show, right? We know that these people can't be trusted, but yet people, seem to trust them when they tell them the world's going to fall apart, right? We've heard this cry of fake TV, fake news. It's all fake, until they come out and say, well, the world's going to end because of this, and then people suddenly start believing them. Like, what's going on here? Like, you either believe them, right, or you don't. They're either telling you the truth, or they're a bunch of lies. They can't be. A bunch of lies isn't going to come out and then go, okay, just for this week, we're going to tell everyone what's going to happen. We're going to help them. We're going to tell them, stock up on food and petrol because something bad's going to happen. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, the proof in the pudding is that all these people, all they ever do is lie and deceive and basically try and control us. So to me, that means everything that comes out of them, which is the media, right, the movies, the music, anyone who's put up in front of you as some kind of influencer. I don't think I'm an influencer, but you know what I mean, like a big time influencer who can influence millions of people. They're not telling you the truth. It's an agenda. It's a story. And that story can be believed, or it can be thrown to the gutter and like laughed at, and you can get on with your life. You can just not pay attention to them. Now it's like there's all this talk about shills and who's a shill and who's a shill. There is shill, there is shill. Well, we don't have a lot of proof for any of, and I'm talking about in the YouTube world, this person's not telling the truth. Well, if you believe it, it's true, right? If you have proof of something, that's much different than believing someone's opinion. But the narrative is everyone's lying to you. They're all bad. Don't believe anyone. So I would say, listen, don't have gurus. Don't, if you hear someone say something, don't go, that's the truth. That's definitely the truth. And research it. Go, that's interesting, and do some research and think for yourself. Because most of the time they're going to be trying to lead you down the path and get you to believe negative things, which, as we just saw, is going to affect you in a negative way, right? It's all stories. His story, remember? It's his story. It's not our story, right? We know that his story is a bunch of lies. So why would we think that that's changed now? And I just, it all the time, I'm just astonished all the time when everyone says these people are liars, fake news, don't believe anything they say, until they say the eclipse that's coming up is going to be the end of the world. And then suddenly everyone believes them and starts passing this information around as it's the truth, right? With no proof, apart from people that are liars and deceivers have told you that. So just, keep that in mind, right? It's just an eclipse, exactly, right? But imagine how many people are fearful of this, and are locking themselves up, and oh my God, something's bad is gonna happen. And when they do that, they're creating dis-ease in their body. This is what's going on. So now that I have my little rant, hello, Shauna B. Thank you for being here. Who else have we got here? Oh, there you are again. You're in Massachusetts. Should I see something? Oh, where is Massachusetts? I think that's up north. I'm not sure. But if you just, if you Google eclipse, I guess, I'm not even sure the date it is. It'll show you the pathways. But I'm pretty sure in North America you should see something, but don't quote me on that. Denise, how you going? We are already sending in forth and integrating the light codex. It's just a matter, but yet peace, be still, go in and connect with the universe. Yep, creation source, exactly right. Believe in yourself. You are light, you are frequency, and you get to control how bright that light shines and what frequency you're going to emit, right? Just by what you say, what you feel, what you think, and what you put out into the ether. Right, it all comes back to you. This is a whole other thing about manifesting, right? Like frequencies attract like frequencies. So if you want something, picture it in your mind, write it down, draw a picture of it, believe that it's already happened for you. It's already yours. You're already living it, and that's you programming your body, programming the frequencies in your body to a certain frequency that is then going to align with what you want. That's how manifesting works. It's all frequency and attraction, and I mean, you can manifest whatever you want as long as you believe it and you are it. As soon as you are it, like it's already happened, so it can't not happen, then you're going to see massive changes in your life. And I've been working on this a lot in the last couple of years, and I've been getting good results. And that's why I'm taking the next 2 weeks off to work on my arm, right, to heal that frequency, because there's some blockage going on. So, we can all do this. We can all be whatever we want to be, right? We are all here to help. Observe, don't absorb. Yeah, exactly right. Like just don't believe because someone says something that's a fact. Right? If they want to believe it, then they're going to believe it, right? You don't have to. The devil cometh, not into my reality, he doesn't. If you believe he's coming, then he's coming, right? Doesn't exist in my reality, so not for me, not for me at all. T. Gore, thanks for being here from Ontario. Thank you. Von Renee, I didn't hear anything bad about the eclipse, but I don't watch MSN. We're going to watch it neat. Coming through is cool. That's what you should be doing, right? I have fun, but yeah, there's definitely been a lot of negative stuff. Like the US government is saying they're sending in the what are they called, the National Guard, and they're telling people to stock up on food and all this kind of stuff. But it's all just a show, man. It's all just to get people scared, right? Their main, I believe it's their only tool is fear, right? Like how many times have they told us all this stuff's going to happen? Nuclear war, global warming, all these things that are going to destroy and blow up the world, right? End the world as we know it. None of it ever has happened or even come close to happening, right? Unless it's on the news. They tell you, oh my gosh, we almost had a nuclear war. Oh my God, there's one coming, but it never happens. But what happens is people get fearful and they then program their body with that fear, and that creates dis-ease and everything starts to go bad and they start attracting things they don't want. And then you're in that state, you're powerless and you start looking for answers. And if they give you one, all the time you'll take it, right? We saw this with the jibby jab, right? They put out the fear. Everyone's going to die because of this invisible thing, right? And people go into fear because they believe it. And then they want an answer. And guess what? The government had one, right? And everyone ran out and got it, right? There was just fear. There was no invisible boogeyman. ever. I didn't. I've seen no evidence of it at all. I never even wore a mask, and nothing happened to me. So, be careful what you believe and what you deem as, or what you put in charge, right? What you deem as the truth. Because I don't believe that there is really any truth. When you get down to it, it's all perception. It's all, we get to perceive things as we want, right? Truth can change, as they say, but there's no ultimate truth, I don't think. Like, we don't know, right? We don't even know where we live, what this realm is. We don't know what to eat, right? We don't really know what we are. We definitely don't know what happens after death. So what is true? What is, what can we say is absolute? All right. Denise, don't take it personally. That's the ego mind. Oh, who are you talking to, me? I take it personally. Don't take anything personally, right? If you're getting triggered, if you ever get triggered by something, understand that's you. Right? Whatever triggered you is in you. That's the world showing you got something to deal with. Okay, but no one can actually trigger you. You trigger yourself. So don't take anything personally, man. Learn from it. Right? If you do things wrong, guess what? That's awesome. You just learn how not to do something. How does low vibes relate to starthought frequencies? They don't. Starthought frequencies are high vibes. They're high frequencies. We just went through a whole lot of pictures. I'm not going to bring them up again because we had a few issues with the pictures freezing. But basically, when you look at cymatics, the work of Dr. Emoto with frozen ice crystals, mandalas, things like this, snowflakes, they're all of very precise geometric forms, right? And when we look at low vibration, there's no geometry to them at all. So that, to me, tells me that the star thoughts we see, which are perfect geometry, are high frequency, and they're left over from a high frequency civilization. And so that's what they are. And so we then talked about how our bodies are 70% water. Okay. And Dr. Emoto, again, has shown that when you freeze ice crystals with intention in them, you get, with good intention, you get perfect geometry. With bad intention, you get nothing, goop. Right. So our self-talk, right, is very important to how we create ourselves, what we put, self-talk, what the talk we put out to the world, the way we treat people, the way that we view the world, the way that we view those who wish to control us, right? If you think they are controlling you and it's a prison planet, well, you're programming your body, the water in your body, to reflect that. And it also has a lot to do with manifesting, right? Become the frequency you want to attract is how you manifest. So changing of the clock. Who else we got? Alva Billy, how you going? Thanks for being here. The Unboiled Frog, nice. Hello from Australia. Hello from the USA. Here we go. I think someone asked before. If you're in the US, watch the lunar eclipse tonight, 3 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Is that what EDT is? Eastern, yeah, because daylight savings, yeah. Well, there you go. So there's an eclipse tonight, 3 a.m. I'm going to get up and check it out, and I don't know if I can record it. I will. We'll see what goes on. They get around another way than love by making love in many ways. They get around another way other than love by making love in many ways as we do. Yes. Yes. Who's that? Low frequency affects our bodies. Yeah, 100%. 100%. You saw the pictures of the goopy, right? And the heavy metal music and all the frequencies, that the geometry that they created. It's non-existent geometry, right? High frequencies is high geometry, right? Sacred geometry. Marianne 138. Awesome. Thank you for being here. Have a great day. Milo Aaron. I've seen celebs wearing shirts that say oxen, the upside down A symbol that eclipse will make. The upside down, don't know what that means. Oxen, the upside down A symbol I thought the eclipse was making an X. But my advice would be, don't believe anything on a shirt that a celebrity wears, man. That's called programming for bad intention. And this is the thing, there's all this talk, oh my God, the celebrities, and they're so bad. And look, I'm not saying they're good, but they do this and they do that, and look at that shirt, and it's all, blah, blah. If you focus on that, you're still taking that frequency in. Best thing is to ignore them. Like with shills and these people, and, unless you're a creator, you probably don't get so much of it. But, everyone I've spoken to who's got a YouTube channel, they get all these shills, and they come in and they yell and rant and, say all these things, call people liars and shills and blah, 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 blah. And, I've seen it many times when people give those people their attention, it just gets worse and worse and worse. And it really can affect people in a negative way. So if you run into these people, ignore them. Just ignore them. Just walk away. Like, you don't have to say anything to them. Just as soon as you hear that stuff come out of their mouth, just turn and walk. Because all they want is your attention. That's all they want. Right? They're like little leeches, right, who can see you as something good and something, high frequency, and they want it. They want to suck it out of you by basically keep holding your attention. So don't give it to them. You don't have to. There's no rule that says if someone says something to you, you have to respond. I've literally just walked away from people when I hear it. I've done it. I don't care. I'm not going to let someone sit there and program me. That's their life, all right? And they've got access to the same information that I've had, right? So it's their choice to be like that. So choose something different, man. Who else have we got down here? All right, the sky's going to be clear where I am. All right, awesome. Albert Billy is here. Gregory Boland. There's more to eclipses like they aren't possible. Well, in the heliocentric model, they're not. If you believe all, that we're a ball shooting through space at, 666 miles, what is it? 666,000 miles a minute or something. But the stars never change. This is the thing, right? If the information is coming from the control system, it's not true. It's a lie, or it's a deception. So don't believe it. I mean, they tell us that the moon, we can see the moon because what we're looking at is a reflection of the sunlight on the moon, which means they have to be on opposite sides of the realm for that to work. The opposite sides of their little ball. But go check out the internet and type in moon next to sun, and you'll see videos and photos of the moon and the sun in the same sky, like very close to each other. So how does that work, right? If the moon's reflecting the sun's light, the sun's, a billion miles away or whatever, it should only be shining on the backside of the moon, right? But yet we see it. Okay, it's all a lie. It's all crap. Thank you very much, Roger. Oh, I'm going to have to go down to the bottom of the comments. There you are. Roger Ledwell, thank you very much for your support. Over at Fed, we have a new world map coming soon. Nice. Is it Fed, F-E-D? Proper time zone. You guys are going to like it. Nice. What is Fed? Is that a channel? Feel free to drop the link if you would like, Roger. But cool. That sounds awesome. I just realized that about, who's this? Kimasabi. I just realized that about my BFF of 30 plus years. Oh, okay. Your best friend, what was negative, was programming you negatively. Well, this is the thing. Like we have to choose. You do become, as they say, you become the average of the people you hang out with. Right. So if you're standing there with your BFFs, your best friends, and you look to the left and you look to the right, if they're negative people, guess what you're becoming? A negative person. Like, so you have to choose life, choose yourself. Like, if obviously try and help people, but people, it's very hard to change people. People don't want to listen. The best way to look after yourself and your friends that are negative is to go and live an amazing life. And they will see that, because if you tell them, they're not going to listen. But if you go and do it, they're going to go, oh, hang on, how come they're having so much fun and they're doing this and they're doing that? And not all of them, all right? Some will just get angry and go, oh, you suck, how dare you? give you all these weird comments like the ones I've got on Facebook recently about, when we did the Millennium event. People started, it's a small minority, obviously, but they started going off their nut that how dare we charge for this? Like they think that we get halls for free, and they think we get all of our music equipment and our mics and all this kind of stuff for free. Or they think that we should pay for that and then give everyone tickets. These people, they don't understand reality, right? And all these people who say that they get money, right? Either from a job and they accept it, and it's probably a BlackRock company they work for, and suddenly that's okay, right? I'm just going on a bit of a rant here. But, if you're out there doing right and trying to create something good, then suddenly you can't make any money. Well, how are we supposed to live? Right? But some people are just like that, and you've got to accept that they're like that. And if you don't want to be like that, then get away from them. Just get away from them. Roger. Thank you. Ridicule is a quality. Yeah, a quality we don't need, right? Yep, save yourself. And be, be an inspiration to others. Live your best life. That's the best way to inspire others to live their best life. It really is. How are we going for time here? 1:36. All right, we'll just go through a few more, and then I've got to jump off because I have some other stuff to record this afternoon. There may be an announcement coming. Like I said, I'm flying into Venice in 3 weeks. And 2 weeks after that, we start the Great Tartarian Tour of the Balkans and the Bosnian Pyramid. And there may be another tour coming up, but you'll have to wait and see. Oh, I think it's already been dropped, right? Paul Cook and Luke have sort of put it out there. So that we're going to be doing a second one. It's going to be September, October this year, and we're going to Turkey. We're going to Cappadocia. We're going to Göbekli Tepe, and also what's that underground? Derenyaku, the underground city, amongst other things. And then we're going to Greece. All right. So there you go. If that sounds interesting, watch this space. So this is Kim Isabi's best friend insists on focusing on herself and upon every negative experience in her life. Yeah. A lot of people like this. And the way that we create our future is your future is your past plus your present. All right. So your past plus your present equals your future, which means if you spend all your time, like some people do, like Kim Isabi's friend, reliving the bad stuff in your memories, your past, right? And then in the future, you're like feeling bad, like, oh my God, it sucks. How dare they did that to me? Then you're literally programming the water in your body. That's the future you're going to get, all right? But if you focus on the good stuff in your past, then in the present, you're going to be programming all the water in your body positively, and that's going to create the future. So be careful what you think, guys. That's not just a saying. Memorial Gardens, thank you for being here. Gail, see you in the Baltics in May. Nice, you're going to be there. Awesome. I'll see you then. I'll be at the airport when you fly in. Creek Mary, it's like a big work truck idling at factory, turbine running outside the house. Yes, they're obviously speaking to someone else. Yeah, you can imagine them to be different for sure, if you've got negative friends, but, you've got to make a choice, right? Because like I said, people are here for their own experience. They're going to do what they want to do. So if you choose that you want to spend your time doing that, do it. But understand it is your life that you're spending time doing that with. I would say get out and live your best life. Show how it can be done, right? Because if you want to silence naysayers, I mean, and this happened to me so many times in my life. People, I say, I want to do this, or I want to do that, or I'm going to do this, and there's always people that come up and say, you can't do that. That'll never happen. No, you're being stupid. I never argue with these people, because why would you? Best thing to do is just go out and do what you said you're going to do. And then what can they say? Right? Like, seriously, what are they going to say? Oh, you didn't do that? Just live your best life, people. That's what it's all about. That's what we're here for. We're here for fun. We're not in a prison planet. We're not caught in a reincarnation cycle. We're not, ruled by all this stuff. And I know there's books out there that say the devil rules this realm and all this kind of stuff. And I would say, if you believe that, it's true. If you don't believe it, then whatever you do believe becomes true. Right? This and all these books, who do you think put them out? Look into the history of the King James Bible. Literally the first version. Like, if that's a word of God and they wanted to get out to help people, why didn't they just hand it out to people? Instead, they sold it. They literally set up 2 different printing factories, who then had a big fight, right, over how much money they could make off this book. That's supposed to be the word of God, put out by people who care about other people, right? It was all about money and programming. So just be, you get to choose, but choose carefully is what I would say. Lisa, how you going? Lisa Bayliss, come to the UK. Mate, it might be on the cards. I don't think I'll get there this time. I'm going for 7 weeks. We've got the 3-week tour in the middle of it. But yeah, there's a lot going on while I'm away. So maybe in September, who knows? Come out, and that's obviously Paul and Luke are out that way. Martin Liedke. Luke is from Ancient Historia, and Paul Cook. Yeah. The only thing about the UK is we probably can't. I might be able to get there for a bit of a trip, but it's too expensive to do a tour in, right? With the tours, where we've kind of got to stick to the cheaper countries just to make it affordable. I mean, we could do that, but it would be, it would be a very expensive tour. Thank you very much, Linda. Thank you. Mahalo to you as well. Where does mahalo come from? Is that how I say it? Mahalo? It sounds Hawaiian, but I'm not sure if it is. Sing, dance, for it is today. Exactly, Isabella. And thank you for being a member of my channel. I appreciate it. Whole versus whole. Yeah, man. I know, right? I know. And so many words. I was talking about this at my lady on the weekend. And you'll find it with most words. Most words are actually the meaning and the opposite meaning in one, right? Like whole. It's basically HOLE, the absence of anything, WHOLE, everything. Like literally the opposites. And if you go into the meanings of words, and this is how words sound, not how they're spelled, because it's all frequency, right? It's the sound, not the spelling. You'll find that they're all opposites. It's very interesting when you start delving down into the spells. And if they're all opposites, what does that mean? It means we get to choose. We get to choose. That's what it means. We get to choose what these things are and what they mean to us. Mr. Super Sidewinder, thank you very much. You have a wonderful day too. Claire Sage, are you going to do videos in all these places? Yeah, for the tour. Yes, we will be taking videos. We'll be doing lives, and then we've got like a swish bang camera. So basically, whatever's not going to be put out while we're there, we're going to make some longer videos and documentaries and things at the end of it that will be released. So yes, it will all be filmed, and yeah, it's going to be awesome. So we will definitely involve you all in it and show you what's going on. That is Paul Cook's channel. He's been putting out some great work. Go check him out. He's going to be coming to Turkey and Göbekli Tepe and giving us his point of view on how it was all made, basically. Is it geopolymer? Change versus chains. Another one. Nice. Yeah. Change, right? There you go. I'm glad I have ADHD, a bad memory. Yeah, sometimes it's not good to remember everything, right? Yeah, well, Kimasabi, I think what you should say is enjoy your life. I'm heading that way. Like, people will hold you back. And, you know, because of emotions and the way we've been raised and all this, we think that it's really mean and bad to walk away from friendships and all this kind of thing. But seriously, man, she's doing you harm. If she's a negative influence and she's putting all this stuff into you, then, you know, maybe go and look for some better friends, right? Maybe go and do something different. Like I said, if she's a real friend and she wants to hang out and she sees you doing things, you might change her. But what I know is you definitely ain't going to change anything by hanging around and putting up with that. And may sound harsh, but again, I've done it. I've walked away from a lot of people because of that same thing, and I'm glad, right? My life's awesome now, and a lot of those people their lives aren't awesome, and I would much rather be here living this life than where they are. You know, I mean, some of the people I went to school with, man, they're still doing the same stuff, and they're in their 50s. It's really sad, really sad. We are what we think, and yeah, we are what we eat, right? And that's the thing is, we eat information, right? We are what we consume is maybe what we should say. What that's food-wise and information and frequency. Everything that we take in makes us who we are. All right, so lots more comments. Oh my gosh, sorry, I missed them all. There's still 220 of you watching, so thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed that one. Like I said, I'm going to be offline now for the next 2 weeks, starting tomorrow. So I have uploaded videos ahead of time, so there will be stuff coming out on my channel. So check it out. And otherwise, I will be back in 2 weeks, I guess. And I guess after the reset retreat, I will do another live and let you all know how it went, and what you can, you know, what we did and how it helped and all that kind of stuff. So thank you all for being here. I do appreciate you all. Have an amazing day. Stay awesome. And I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Whoops. There goes my alarm. I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.
neighbors, I was